Chef is introducing indigenous foods to Tulsa by creating a space where the community can learn more about it. 2 News Oklahoma reporter Jeanette Quesada tells us about Burning Cedar Sovereign Kitchen.
The founder of the nonprofit says her aim is to use ancestral food and wellness practices to help Native communities in Tulsa gather, heal, and grow.
Nico Albert has worked as a cook for several Tulsa restaurants. She loves the kitchen, but she also loves her culture. That's why in 2020, she left her full-time job to launch her own catering and consulting business, Burning Cedar Indigenous Foods.
You just slow cook it like that.
For 2 years now, she's been sharing her Native heritage through every dish.
You know, I don't want to be the only indigenous catering game in town, you know. I would love to have some competition. So I'm going to train my own competition to put me out of business.
Now she's merging her passion for cooking with a purpose. She's expanding her business into a Burning Cedar Sovereign Kitchen, a nonprofit she hopes will reconnect people to indigenous wellness practices, as well as address socioeconomic disparities, health concerns, and cultural disconnections.
It can become just as widespread as Italian food or German food or Chinese food or, you know, all of these other foods that people are so familiar with. Indigenous food should be just as widespread. And so that's part of what this movement is.
Albert is working on finding a location to build a community center that will teach people about indigenous foods, and she says empower them with tools to launch their own businesses.
I see this as an opportunity to train young cooks so that they can go out and get jobs in the restaurant business, in the catering business, maybe even, you know, become chefs and own their own businesses.
The center hopes to provide training programs and educational opportunities for youth that honor their culture.
By offering this kind of program to show young, you know, up and coming cooks that your traditional dishes and your traditional ingredients and the things that speak to you in your native culture, they have a place in the culinary world too.
Albert also has plans to encourage other indigenous traditions, including childbirthing practices. To learn more about the nonprofit, you'll find that link in this story at kjrh.com. In studio, Jeanette Quesada, 2 News Oklahoma.